Good morning. Welcome to the Game 3 of the Bloomfield Christmas Tournament, the 53rd Bloomfield Invitational Tournament. Today's game will be between the 3rd-seeded Kennett Indians and the 14th-seeded Puxico Indians. My name's Terry McVeigh. With me is Lloyd Rice, veteran official, both high school and college, and a director of officials for this tournament.
Terry,
our
good
sponsors
to see you this morning.
Nice to be. Our sponsors this morning are Three Rivers, Lincoln Lacey Motors, New Wave, and Representative Terry Swinger. Who are officials this morning, Lloyd?
Jay Piles from Dexter, Lee Jones from down at Culin. Lee's been around official, well known, and Clint Johnston, one of the assistant superintendents over at Poplar Bluff School. So 3 good officials, and games slowly starting to get better as we go along.
I hope so. The first 2 games, predictably, were blowouts. Bernie won the first game over East Carter 88-18. Second-seeded Portageville Bulldogs defeated Greenville 81-28. What do you think we have in store for this game?
Terry, the word on these teams, especially from the Kennett side, Kennett is just a whole lot better this year. They're putting some things together. I'm not so sure they were that far off last year. Just it's a break or two here, and of course the young man got hurt up here at this tournament, and probably set them on their heels for the biggest part of the year last year.
It definitely did. He was the point guard. Kennett would like to erase their complete memory from this tournament last year.
Right.
They came in last year as a 3 seed and got beat in the first round by the 14th seed Van Buren. And then in the second round, as you alluded to, Randrick Crothers collapsed early in the game, and Kennett ended up forfeiting that game as well. They should have. And and the rest of their season just never got back on track. Crothers, everyone thought his career was finished. Turns out his condition is fine. He's doing fine, and he's playing some great basketball right now. Puxico, on the other hand, had some troubles. They lost just about everybody from last year. The only person they have back with appreciable playing time was John Smith, who's been on the all-tournament team here a couple of times.
John's a really good player, good leader, good baseball player. Kind of one of those all-around athletes there for Puxico. They'll have their hands full against this Kennett team. They're quick and they're guard-oriented, and they're real good at shoot, holler, and follow. We're going to put it up there and go after it.
Yeah, they kind of subscribe to the Nola Richardson, Mike Anderson type of game, which is all up and down the court in 40 minutes of hell.
I know Coach Vaughn likes this team. He likes the mix of players. They've played a lot of basketball, so he's looking forward to good results from them.
Clay Hardy, Jr., started for Puxico, coached by Mark Crane. Derek Durrell, John Smith, as we talked about, he's the go-to guy. Tyler Woolard, 5'10" junior.
John ends up in that unenviable position of being a ball handler, a shooter, a scorer, kind of a holder.
He's 6'3", he's got to do everything for him.
Kind of a do-everything guy.
Cameron Wallace, a 5'9" junior, good shooter. Fred Garman, a 5'10" junior, who can also handle the point. Randrick Crothers coming back after collapsing last year, missing the rest of the season, playing real well. Dwight Usry, 6'1", 5'10" senior, and Jimmy Gooden, a 6-foot senior. Good, solid defensive player. Kennett will play a lot of pressure defense, and they use their hands are all over you. I mean, not all over the player necessarily, but their hands are on the ball.
Very active. I know Coach Vaughn's been real interested in getting this particular bunch to do that, to play like that, to be very active, very pesky on the defensive end.
If Puxico keeps it under 30 turnovers, they'll be doing well. Last Friday night, Portageville turned the ball over 31 times. That's team takes care of it.
That says a lot.
The game before that, Hayti turned it over 42 times. Garmin on the point. Puxico's in the zone. It's a good idea to try to slow Kennett down with that 2-on-2 zone.
Yeah, I'm not thinking you want to come out and start challenging with
Wallace
man-to-man.
with a long three.
My good friend Chris Sledge said that was key for them, a lot of dribble penetration and then kick it out.
Good feed underneath Corey Davis for 2. Blocked by Davis. He rejected Carruthers.
It's a big
now
boy.
John Smith's carrying the ball. Smith up and in. Going to count it.
Called a travel.
Called a travel.
Terry.
All the equipment we have sitting in front, it's hard to see right down this end of the floor. Carruthers with the ball. And Kennett swinging the perimeter. Wallace loaded up but didn't shoot.
Right. Not wanting to get greedy early, but
Crothersville take a little fade away from the corner.
It's a good-looking shot.
Crothers is a good player.
It's good.
He has 2 in the game. 6:34 left in the first quarter. Kennett up 5-2. Turnover went through Smith. Crothers has it.
Good pass.
Over
That's
to
a really
Garmin.
good play.
Lays it. Misses. Ussery with the rebound. Can't put it back. And there's a foul on Ussery. That was the Kennett defense. They take chances, try to make the steals. They'll force the turnovers. They're going man to man all over the court. And Ussery forces the turnover, forces the guy out of bounds.
That can be a mentality. We'll give up the chance on getting beat a time or two as long as we quicken
They will.
the pace.
They'll give up a lot of layups, but they'll turn. The philosophy is to turn more turnovers into points than what you give up on layups. Garmin in the corner gets some penetration into Jimmy Gooden. Kennett up 7-2, a little under 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. There's a steal by Ussery, easy layup. Said Ussery, it's Ussery.
That was quick.
There's still by Wallace. Can't get it to go. Tip. Kennett's battling hard, and Wallace looks like he's fouled by number 20, Woolard. No.
Number 11.
Number 11.
All charged. Kind of sandwiched in between them both.
Wallace, good shooter.
He's been very active. Wallace isn't just a spot-up three-point guy.
Yeah, he's more than just a spot-up three-pointer. He'll play defense. Of course, you got to play defense. If you're going to play on this team, you're going to have to play defense. Kennett's is a lot like Bernie and Portageville in their offense runs off their defense. There's Garmin with a good steal.
That's quick.
Garmin's very quick.
Really impressed so far with those hands and quickness you were alluding to early.
Everybody talks about, people that watch Kennett early talk so much about Carruthers. Hey, we're going to go to commercial right now.
Hello, I'm State Representative Terry Swinger. Parents are our children's first teachers. That's why I support the Parents as Teachers program. Parents as Teachers provide parents with information on child development through personal home visits, group meetings, developmental screenings, and a resource network. The program is free of charge for all families. For more information, contact your local school district.
Okay, we're back in Bloomfield for the third game of the Bloomfield Invitational Tournament. The third-seeded Kennett Indians are leading 13-2 over the Puxico Indians with 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Any surprises first quarter, Lloyd?
No, Terry, I was going to have you finish your thought. You said people that had watched Kennett early had.
Well, they're raving about Carruthers. That Carruthers is the guy that runs the team, and he is. But if he's not on the court, Fred Garman does an excellent job with his quickness and defense and running the team.
There's one of those plays you talked about, seemingly wide open, and 2 seconds later we're shooting a layup on the other end.
Yeah, they gave up a layup that time.
Right.
Garman tried to make the steal, get out of the defense. You're going to give up layups that time. That was a layup by Davis. But then 2 seconds later, Wallace is shooting a free throw. Foul is on Davis. Wallace again is good at the free throw.
Wallace has been very active. We've called his name several times here.
It's 3 for 4. Last foul was on Davis, his first. John Smith drives the lane, can't get it to go. Smith underneath. His first 2 of the game. 14-6 with 4 minutes 30 seconds.
Smith's going to have to carry the load for him, make sure shots go down. And
he is. They started the season very slow. Wholesale substitution for Kennett. We got Grantham, Garman back in, Jay Shavers and Richardson. And Jack Walls also is in the game.
Well, they're small, Terry. There's not a lot of size on Kennett.
Kennett has to play this way because they just don't have any size. There's Jay Shavers with good hands. He's going to feed Garman for the layup. Jay Shavers is one of those instant energy guys. He's like a Tasmanian devil when he hits the floor. There's his hands all the far. Shavers pulls it back, sets the offense, and then shoots a 3. That probably wasn't the shot that the coach wanted.
I'm thinking he is. That didn't come out of the set that he liked.
No. Usry in for Garman. Puxico inbound. That's Clay Hardy inbounding the ball. Kennett full court pressure. Usher at the steal, Walls up and in. Kennett pressure is looking good right now.
It is. That's a lot of juniors involved in that too.
Foul on Richardson. His first. Kennett's third. Actually, that's Richardson's second. Still the Walls over to Usry, layups in.
Wow.
Portisville having trouble getting past half court. Another steal by Walls. He takes it in for the layup. It's 4 by Walls in the quarter. 22-6 with 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Kennett's favor. Tyler Woolard breaks the press. Fouls on Usry.
Well, he wasn't doing anything that he hadn't been doing, just wrong place, wrong time.
Wrong place, wrong time. Yeah. Woolard did a good job getting by him, which they haven't been able to do very much. Hardy's going to inbound it. Looking for Smith. Smith with a good feed play underneath. And Lloyd, that's how you break a press. You get to the middle and right down the gut.
Somebody's going to shoot a layup. Terry, they just do not
they don't let you
any
up.
Time. I like that. I think that's a good use of your size and abilities for this bunch.
Okay. Now Smith's going to try to feed it underneath. Excellent play by Carruthers to hit it off of Durrell. A little discussion. little disagreement between the officials. One's pointing to Kennett, the other was pointing to Puxico. Now they're huddling, they're going to get it right. Which is, I like that when I see officials do that. When they get, that's one reason you have three sets of eyes out there.
Couldn't agree more. Jay, the trail official, had definite knowledge of that it did touch a Kennett player. Just get it right. It's not a big deal.
Corey Davis gets it back underneath, and he gets fouled by Grantham.
He's listed at 6'4". I can't tell that he's necessarily that big.
I don't know if he's that big. Grantham is 6'1". Didn't look like 3 inches taller. He has 6 of the 8 points.
Left-handed. I'd say a guy like him is the beneficiary of a lot of John Smith passes.
Yes.
And
a little short there, misses everything. Puxico's not trying to pressure the ball, and they're wise in doing that. They don't have the quickness to keep up with Kennett. They're trying to slow the tempo up by packing that zone.
You know, you talk about handling pressure and what you do against it. And also that you've got to try to make Kennett run some sort of set offense. And when it's up and down the floor and they're getting steals, you don't have to do that.
And Kennett ran that offense well. They got the layup and missed it, but that takes Kennett completely out of the game when they're running their offense like that. And Kennett's pressuring the ball, wall still, and it's going to be a foul on Doral. It's his second, team's third.
I take it you're not going to get the crossover dribble a whole lot in front of these guys.
No, not with their hands. Good rebound by Woolard. He takes it down the middle, over to Doral. Good run by Puxico in that.
It's a good finish.
Turnover by Kennett. Nathan Martin in the game for Doral. Doral has 2 fouls, and they probably need to set him out a little bit.
I'm thinking that's not a guy he needs out with 3-4 fouls in the first half.
Right. Martin gets the ball stolen. Garmin lob to Carruthers. Can't corral it. They go back, set the offense. Carruthers on the baseline underneath the Grantham. I like that play against the zone when you can drop the guy from the free throw line down. If you get the ball down on the baseline, you can drop the guy down.
It's actually quite the opposite as you would think. A lot of dribble penetration and stuff open right down the middle on zone defense. People go to sleep.
Yes. Brothers for 3, it won't go. It's rebound by Garmin. That's 6 in the quarter for Garmin, 26-10 with a minute left to go in the first quarter. John Smith triple teamed. Bet they've heard that a lot this year. It's like Corey Davis may have been over the back. That's his second foul. 15 foul on Puxico. Puxico has 2 guys with 2 fouls. Kennett has 2 with 2 fouls, but Kennett goes a lot deeper. Kennett keeping it on the perimeter.
It's fast.
Grantham with a nice shot from the free throw line. Again, that's something that if you can penetrate the zone, you're going to have somebody at the free throw line or somebody at the baseline that's going to be open.
You have to dribble penetrate a zone, you've got to put the ball on the floor and drive the seams, because you do. There's no defined defensive man assigned to a player, so you catch them standing, and there's a lot of gaps.
Now, what you were talking about, you usually think about against the zone. There's another good dribble penetration. That against the zone, you're not going to have those penetrations, but there are the seams in the zone that you can
that
penetrate.
was a perfect example. Really good offensive set right there.
In the first quarter, it's Kennett 30, Puxico 10. We'll be back in a few minutes.
So you're wondering what's the better deal, cable or the dish? Well, let's see how they size up. The dish has no local office, no ability to provide their own high-speed internet or phone for bundled savings, and can require a 2-year contract with hefty early termination fees. Cable, on the other hand, has local offices, its own high-speed internet, and phone services with a lot of great features. New Wave Communications, there really is no better choice.
Okay, we're back here. I think, we're actually in the afternoon. It's a little bit afternoon, and we are live on YHC TV. First time this has been tried at this tournament, and we're glad to be live. But Kennett, the third seeded Kennett Indians hold a 20-point lead, 30-10 coming in the second quarter.
Looking really good doing it, Terry. That was a good first quarter.
They're very active and forcing turnovers, and they're not taking a bunch of wild shots. One thing you think about as a team that does a lot of running is they're throwing balls up all over the place, but Kennett is not doing that. Fred Garmer, very athletic play.
Carruthers is yet to get going scoring-wise, and they've not needed it.
John Smith, who's also only has 2 points. There's Carruthers with a good spin.
Good night. That's good stuff.
He doesn't need to score to really help the team, but if he needs to score, he will. Skylar Moore in the game, and he's fouled. Fouls on Jay Shavers, his first, team 6. One thing about the Kennett team that I've really been impressed with this year is there's not a person out there who has to score or who thinks they have to score. They're a very unselfish team. Three-pointer by Hardy doesn't make it. Carruthers leads the break. Dish to Shavers, and he can't handle it.
It's a good-looking pass.
Carruthers can control the floor. He knows where he is on the floor. He is a really he's a true point guard who can play the baseline. And they have him guarding Smith. He's the good defensive player. Shavers has Hardy in the corner. And it's going to be a foul on Hardy. It's kind of a frustration foul when somebody takes it away from you. That's Hardy's first, team 6. Jay Shavers running the point for Kennett. Kennett's content to run the offense whenever they're
absolutely. They don't look a bit frustrated or uncomfortable doing that.
Two-pointer didn't make it. Rebound by Tyler Woolard. He gives it off to Hardy to bring it down. Back to Woolard. Now John Smith with it, being guarded by Walls. Smith's getting all the defensive pressure from Kennett, which I think he's going to run into that all year. I'm just looking in the box scores. Early in the season, he wasn't scoring very much. The last 2 games they won, I think he had 26 and 28. But he's going to have to score for them to be successful. Jimmy Gooden underneath just backs his man down. Rebound by Hardy. John Smith to the lane. And one.
He's a workhorse.
How many times over the years have we seen John Smith do that? Dribble into the lane and pull up.
That exact play, and he'll usually put on a pump fake if he knows it's necessary. Really, really good basketball player.
Yeah, I think this is the fourth year we've been seeing do that. And of course, him being left-handed and also the way he plays the game, he plays a whole lot like Michael Lance from Twin
really
Rivers.
does.
That same type of style. He drives into the lane, gives the pump fake, and gets the basket and goes to the line.
That's a good comparison of those two because real fundamentally sound, not a lot of mistakes. God built those left-handers about 6 points automatically for being that way, it seems like.
Wallace drives. He gets fouled by Corey Davis. That's Corey Davis' third foul. Corey Davis is the leading scorer for Puxico with 6 points. He's got third foul with less than 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Wallace missed first. Corey Davis comes out. Rory Moore, 5'10 senior, replaces him. And Wallace misses both.
Great snuck in and rebound by Usry.
A little push by Wallace.
Got caught.
Yep. Yeah, he just happened to get caught. It wasn't
right.
a real violent push, but he just. And if he hadn't gotten the rebound, he wouldn't have gotten the foul.
That's exactly right. It's hard to ignore it when he's sitting there holding the ball at the end of it.
That's right. Clay Hardy will go to the line for 2. I take that back for 1 and 1. He misses the first.
Guy will probably owe Coach Crane some free throws in practice.
Yeah. Yeah, they're 0 for 4 from the line right now, and they've had 2 air balls. Jimmy Gooden
with a 3.
For 3.
Does he shoot it a little bit?
He can.
It's a good-looking shot.
When he was a freshman, he made about 3 or 4 threes in a game, but never has really developed that game that much. But as a freshman, he came in and had about 3 or 4 threes in one game. I've always liked the way he plays because he plays good defense. He's just a good, dependable player. Good feed by Smith. Moore couldn't convert.
Shavers got called for carrying the ball on the last trip down.
And a walk. He dragged the pivot foot a little bit, or his rear leg. Another mass substitution for Kennett. We got Carruthers, Grantham, Garman, and Richardson coming in. Gooden's the only player still that was on the floor that's still there. Kennett's still pressuring full court. Hardy gets in the corner to Woolard.
He's a big, thick kid. Looks like a football player.
Yeah. Smith to Woolard. They break it, and they get it to Smith. He's being guarded by Grantham up front. Good hands by Garman. Just the quick hands. Puxico has nothing to come back with as quick as the hands of Kennett are.
That's happened at least a half dozen times. That just get a hand on it, shakes up the whole play.
Garman is a good drive down the lane and a good seal by Jimmy Gooden.
Absolutely. Did they switch to man on that, or the zone might have just
I think the zone just never got set up.
Completely fell apart, never got set up, but good identification. He just went and shot a layup.
Yeah, he saw the lane. Gooden came over and set a pick, or at least sealed off his man, and he saw the lane and just took it. Lord being guarded by Grantham in the real court. Hardy up to Smith. Smith for a long three. Can't get it to go. Carruthers with the rebound. Oh, excellent no-look pass.
That's outstanding.
He's looking to the right and passes to the left. For Grantham got a layup.
Look to the right and put it right on the money for the guy to finish the play. That's good basketball.
Hardy has it off his foot. Was being pressured hard by Garmin. Josh Whitehead coming into the game. 5'9" junior for Puxico.
It's the old adage, Terry, those shots look up, or passing lanes, they look open and seem open, and I'm going to go ahead and kind of toss it out there, but those guys are so quick.
They fill them. They fill them well. Foul on Rory Moore, his first, team's 8th. Jimmy Gooden to the line for one.
Gooden shot an air ball from one block and somehow got under the basket and all the way across to the other for his own rebound. He's getting rewarded for it.
It's 1 of 2. Second position rebound by Carruthers. Grantham for 3. We're not going to see that very often this year. Smith with a good drive on the baseline. Foul on Grantham, be his second. Team's 9th. Smith will shoot 1 and 1.
Smith is good from that position of putting it on the floor.
He misses again. He's 0 for 2. For a copy of the DVD of this game, if you're not able to watch it live, if you're watching it live and would like to see a copy of it, or get a copy of it, call 877-566-2121. Foul on Ryan Richardson, his third. He goes to the bench. Grantham's also goes to the bench. Trayvon Whedon is in the game for the first time. It's in his first action.
What was that name, Terry?
Trayvon Whedon. Turnover against Kennett.
Definitely a junior-laden Kennett team.
It is. They lost 8 seniors from last year's team. Very junior-laden, very few seniors on this team.
Gooden tipped it out.
Smith being guarded by Carruthers. And there are about 4 people around him on that one.
Ended up with 4 on him.
And then ball ends up down to Skylar Moore for a layup. 42-15 with a little over 2 minutes to go. Jimmy Gooden can't get it to convert. Rebound by Woolard. Smith's bringing it up, being guarded by Garmin. Smith to the lane and the charging foul. His first, team 9. Less than 2 to go in the first quarter. Kennett up 42-15. Puxico has gone to a man. Well, no, they haven't. I thought they were following it.
Whoa. Shooter's bounce.
Jay Shavers with his first 3. There's John Smith being guarded by, good move down the line. Trayvon Whedon can't get it to go. Carruthers to Whedon. Tyler Woolard with the rebound. Pulls up, can't get it to go. Whedon with the rebound. Carruthers, Kennett's running.
And
Garmin tries
much
to get
as
fancy.
I love John Smith, that's exactly what you don't want to do against Kennett, because that's how it ends up.
You get a long rebound, you're going to get a 3-on-2 down at the other end. Kennett
right
didn't
into
convert,
that whole
but they were just
mentality.
5 second good defense
saw
by
that coming.
Jimmy Gooden. One thing I noticed the last time down the court, or for Puxico, the three times previously down the court, a different Kennett player was guarding Smith.
That's right.
You know, they're going Garmin, they're going Carruthers, and going Gooden. There's Gooden with a good feed.
Good seal, stuck his butt out there, got him a little extra room, and
of course, and he did the work. Like, if you score underneath, most of the time you've already done your work before you get the ball. There's a travel on Smith.
This is the kind of game that could really frustrate wannabe ball handler for Puxico.
Yes.
So many hands, just like you mentioned, 3 different guys guarding me. That doesn't even seem fair. So.
Well, that's the end of the first half, with the third-seeded Kennett Indians leading the Puxico Indians 47-15. We'll be back in a minute.
I chose Three Rivers Community College because it's a great place to start.
I'm taking the same freshman and sophomore classes as at a university, but at TRCC they cost a lot less and financial aid goes further. I love the individual attention. My teachers are great and classes are convenient. Learn more at www.trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Start here, start now at Three Rivers Community College.
Learn more online at trcc.edu.
Hello, I'm State Representative Terry Swinger. Parents are our children's first teachers. That's why I support the Parents as Teachers program. Parents as Teachers provide parents with information on child development through personal home visits, group meetings, developmental screenings, and a resource network. The program is free of charge for all families. For more information, contact your local school district.
Okay, we're back at halftime there at the 53rd Bloomfield Invitational Tournament, where Kennett is leading 47-15 over the Puxico Indians. I'm adding up the scores right now.
Very impressive first half for him, Terry.
Extremely impressive first half.
As far as the top 3 seeds go, that's as good a looking first half as I've seen against a team that's got some players and some bodies out there that's not just letting you run around, score 50 points a half on you.
Right, Puxico doesn't have they don't have the talent to keep up with Kennett right now, but they're again, they're not just running around letting Kennett score. They're playing hard, but the Kennett pressure is just way too much for them. The scoring I have in the first half is Cameron Wallace has 6 points, includes 1 3. Jack Walls has 6. Fred Garman leads the game with 10 points. Jay Shavers 3. Randrick Carruthers 4. Adam Grantham with 6. Dwight Ustry 4. And Jimmy Gooden has 8, and he has a 3. Jay Shavers has 1 3. That's 3 threes for Kennett. For Kennett, I have 4 for 7 from the line.
8 players scoring in the first half. That's getting the ball around a lot. Just about everybody that checked in.
8 players scored, 10 played.
Yeah.
So for Puxico, they're led by Corey Davis, who has 6 points, all in the first quarter. He had to go to the bench early in the second quarter when he picked up his 3rd foul. John Smith, who's who's going to be their workhorse, has 4 points. Been very frustrated by the defense of Kennett. We had 2 points each for Skylar Moore and Derek Dural, and Rory Moore has 1 on 1 for 2 free throw shooting. No threes for Puxico. They've made 1 out of 5 free throws, including a couple of air balls.
Read an email to you. Tyler just handed me his BlackBerry. It says, obviously from the last game, I just wanted to congratulate Coach Jim Bidwell and his Portageville Bulldogs on a great game and wish them good luck throughout the tournament. That's from the littlest Bulldog fan, Izzy Sweet, from down at Portageville. So
we like to hear the emails coming in. We'll respond. We like to hear the response. This is the first time we've done this tournament where it's both live on Channel 21 and live streaming on yhctv.com. And I think it's a great step both for this tournament and for us doing the games. It's fun. It's always fun doing the games. When you know you're live, it's a little bit more fun.
Right,
you got to watch your language a little bit better.
Right.
I can't edit out everything that I say sometimes.
Not as easy to clean up the mistakes. Sports at yhctv.com. That's sports, SPORTS, at yhctv.com. If you want to send us an email, we'll check the BlackBerries and get it updated.
Okay, and we're going to take a break. I want to remind you our sponsors are for this game. It's Three Rivers Community College, Lincoln Lacey Motors, New Wave Communications, and Representative Terry Swinger. We'll be back with the second half in a few minutes. Here we are back for the second half of the Kennett Puxico game here at the Bloomfield tournament. We're live on YHC TV. I'm Terry McVeigh, and sitting with me is Lloyd Rice. Lloyd, we saw the first half kind of what we expected, but the good side for Kennett that it's not like last year when we were expecting something like this last year and they come in as the third seed and got beat. But it doesn't look like it's going to happen this time.
Kennett looks real relaxed, kind of comfortable in their own skin. It's almost like they expected to come up here and do it this way.
Same starting five out for each team. Starting the second half. Puxico's in the zone, and Kennett's content to run the offense until Garmin sees a lane. He immediately feels it. The roll over to John Smith. Smith's a two-time ball tournament team selection for the Bloomfield tournament. Nice pump. Gets Ussery up in the air. I'll take that back. That was Cameron Wallace, his second foul, first team.
John Smith's the master of the pump fake. Very good at it, and always going the opposite direction you expect him to.
0 for 3 from the line is uncharacteristic of Mr. Smith.
John's a really good baseball pitcher. He's got some real ability. Of course, they're again throwing from the other side of the plate.
Yeah, left-handers. You can be 48 years old and throw the ball 65 miles an hour, and you're going to drive the majors.
That's what him and Mr. Smith are counting on.
Yeah.
Really good tools.
Good rebound by Gooden. Puts it back.
He had to work for that one, too. That was in the middle of about 3 black shirts.
Jimmy Gooden's a worker. Harded to Woolard. Woolard pulling up, looking for Smith. Smith getting by Carruthers, leaves it underneath to Davis. He gets it stripped by Garmin.
Took it away from him. That's
Garmin to Wallace, loads the three, a little short. Rebound to Smith. Smith drives all the way.
That's
can't
not
get
his.
it to go. Not a good shot.
No.
Carruthers all the way down, jams it.
Good athletic play. There's another
Steal
one.
by Wallace.
You just cannot get in a hurry against these guys. Don't get sucked into it.
I think it's more of a looked like a frustration shot on Smith's part. And although it's early in the second half, he's having to work so hard every trip down the floor. That's where he gets it to roll.
Carruthers' eyes in the back of his head there. I'm not sure how you saw that guy behind him to his right.
His court presence is excellent. Good defense by Kennett. Again, Smith gets it back. Woolard from 3. He hands it. First 3 for Woolard. First three-pointer for Puxico in the game. Foul with Smith on the other end of Garmin.
10 seconds later, or 2 seconds.
Yeah, 2 seconds later.
2 seconds later, Garmin with a shot.
Yeah, 10 seconds. They're walking it up. Garmin will shoot 2. Misses the first.
Notice Aaron Bidewell over there on the Kennett bench. Is that
good lineage? Yeah, that's good basketball lines there from Aaron up to his dad Jim, and then up to Jim's dad Ben.
It's a lot to live up to. Aaron better fly right.
Good spin move by Davis. Can't get it to go. Rebound Carruthers.
That's fast.
John Smith spoils the fast break. Carruthers again out ahead of everybody. He has 8 in the game, 4 in the quarter. 58-21 with 5 minutes to go in the
John
third quarter.
Smith really looks tired right now.
He does. He's carrying the team completely. I mean, every trip down the court, he's having to work real hard. Cameron Wallace with his first 2 of the half.
Coach Vaughn has somewhat dropped back to a looks like a straight man-to-man, and that's
well, he's got a 40-point lead.
right.
60-21, 4:30 to go. Now, that doesn't mean they're not going to be playing hard defense.
Well,
that just means they're not pressing it all over the court.
That's the most basic of defenses in basketball is half-court straight man-to-man. So it's fair enough, and you've got to get your kids to still respond, play hard, run plays, do the stuff that you coach them. So
well, you know, even in the you see Coach Smith talking to us in the court. Even this is a blowout game. Kennett's going to win the game. They're weeding from the corner, like foul by Richardson over the top. But even in a game like this, you're still coaching. You're still teaching. You can use games like this kind of as a good, hard practice.
Oh, absolutely, especially for that second, third, fourth guy off the bench. That's exactly who you need to get better the rest of this game.
Yes. Of course, Kennett will play 10 a lot of time. You know, they'll have 10 guys who'll play a lot of minutes.
Whedon with a foul.
That's his first. Team third. Ryan Richardson with some foul trouble for Kennett, but he's staying on the. No, yeah, he's still on the floor. He has 4. Tyler Woolard to the line. He's made one three-pointer. Missed his first. Lane violation. Woolard got in the lane a little bit quick following his shot.
Felt like he had missed it and was going to go ahead and get it.
Well, I know that feeling. When you let go of it, you know when it's you know when you've missed it. Kennett still staying in their offense. It's not garbage time yet. Shaver pulls, pops, can't get it to go. Good rebound underneath by Rory Moore. John Smith still working. Jump stop, can't get it to go, but he's fouled.
Good crowd on hand, Terry.
Sure is.
First day out on a Saturday. It's a good basketball day.
Yeah, I was surprised even the first 2 games. There's a pretty good crowd, and here it is. Not even 1 o'clock on Saturday afternoon, and this place is filling up. Smith makes the first of his 2 free throws. And the second.
My good friend Ryan Mell sent an email in. I'm not going to read it. He's making fun of the color commentator, but said the camera work and the live action looking good.
That's the bad thing about asking for emails. People you know
I
start
wasn't sure he
sending
could
them in.
operate email, but
a walk by Smith. Kennett had a bucket the last time down by Ryan Richardson, who's his first 2 points of the game. Richardson's getting some pretty good playing time in this game. As is Whedon. John Smith with the steal, and it gets knocked away from him. He can't get it to go. John Smith, another 2 that gets. He has 11 for the game.
those third and fourth guys coming in, you can tell they practice that mentality of quick hands, real active.
Good jump step.
It's good play.
John Smith with the rebound.
Everybody active, tipping from behind.
That's how they practice.
Yep.
Jack Walls with the steal and one. Fouls me Clay Hardy, his second foul, team second foul. 2:25 left in the third quarter. Kennett leads 64-25. Josh Whitehead, 5'9" junior in the game for Puxico with his first action. Air ball by Gorman. Neither team shot free throws particularly well.
No, this is not a Bobby Knight free throw clinic for sure. As a matter of fact, that's the third air ball on this end. So
yeah, it must be that end. I think the stage must throw
It's
them.
obviously the stage is throwing them off.
Yes, Kennett's dropped back. No, they're all longer pressure. Moore with three from the corner. Doesn't go. Walls pressuring it up. Grantham, little stop pop. And John Smith with the rebound. He's taking up the court against four guys. Can't get it to go, but he'll go back to the line. Smith with 11 in the game. Shoot 2. And that was Ryan Richardson's 5th foul.
He got his money's worth while he was in there, Terry.
Smith misses the first.
It's hard to get Smith a break, too, because he's your ball handler. And
yeah, I don't know that he's been off the court this game.
And he could really use a break.
It's the roll on the second one. 7-12 for the game. 64-26 lead with 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Kennett's living up to their third seed in this tournament. Got Jawan Wallace in the game for Kennett, getting his first action. Grantham with another 3. Well, I was wrong. I said we wouldn't see many of those with Grantham this year, and they shot 2.
Feeling it.
Foul by Shavers, I believe. No, it's a turnover.
Carried the ball. There's Smith getting him a breather.
Yeah, with minute 30 left in the quarter. Shavers up for 3. Jawan Wallace with the rebound. He gets fouled. Fouls on Whitehead, his first. Jawan Wallace, his first trip to the line. 6-foot sophomore. Kennett's a young team, too.
Good-looking sophomore. Very long.
Makes his first. Makes it 65-26 with minute 23 left. Good-looking shot.
Has their JV been winning some games, doing well?
They've been doing okay. Portageville, the last game, Portageville beat them by 10 or 12. But a lot of the guys you saw playing for Portageville tonight played on the JV in that game. Artez Williams, 5'10", sophomore in the game for Kennett, getting some action. Nice move to the bucket by Nathan Martin. Another left-hander. They must just grow left-handers in Puxico.
A lot of left-handers. Nathan's a nice little JV player. Saw him play last week up in a tournament. Had a good tournament.
Grantham with 2.
Grantham is a good-looking, physical sophomore.
He can really fill a role as a physical player underneath, and that's something Kennett needs badly. And so far this year, he gives the team some good minutes. Shaver's a little out of control.
Uh-oh.
But he's called the charge. Thought at first they were going to call that as a blocking foul, but I think the referee out front had a better look at it and called the charge.
Actually had 2 signals and
Yeah.
40 points. Nobody's really worried about it, quite honestly.
But you still want to make it the right
Oh,
call.
absolutely.
It doesn't matter. You still want to make the right call, but I think that was the right call because even if the defensive player had some motion, it was Shavers that caused all the contact. He initiated all the contacts.
Legal guarding position established, and
Yes.
he ran over him. Yes,
Yeah, I think it was
definitely
a
the
good
right call.
Walls trying to feed Bartez Williams. And that's the end of the third quarter. The game ends with the score Kennett 6. Not the game ends. Third quarter ends with the score Kennett 68, Puxico 28. We'll be back in a minute with the conclusion of this game.
Hey, I'm Kurt Hillis at Lincoln Lacey Chevrolet. We've got a full line of GMC, Chevrolet, and Buick products. I'll pass it over to my Ford man, Charlie Thacker.
GM's not your thing? Come check us out here at the Ford Dodge Jeep store. Check out my man Blake on the internet, LincolnLacey.com.
If you don't have time to come down to Malden, check us out on Cars.com or AutoTrader.com, and if you need financing, I'm going to pass it to my man Robert Sanders.
And our ultimate goal here at Lincoln Lacey, no matter your situation, is to pass the savings on to you.
Okay, we're back for the fourth quarter. We'll have a running clock on this quarter with a 40-point lead. I'm Terry McVeigh. We're live with Lloyd Rice. John Smith back in the game. Misses layup. This game is being brought to you by Three Rivers Community College, Lincoln Lacey Motors, New Wave Communications, and Representative Terry Swinger. Got a foul underneath.
Since we're live, Terry, we get to see the commercials. The Lincoln Lacey bunch, impressive bit of passing the ball around, Harlem Globetrotters-esque.
Yeah, I've just had Sweet Georgia Brown as the theme song playing in the background.
I thought Kurt'd lead that off with a turnover. They're passing it around down there, and the ball's in the middle of Highway 25.
Hussery makes one of two. Like I said, the clock's running with the 40-point lead. Tyler Woolard bringing the ball up. Tries to get underneath. Crothers out to Garman. Garman tries to dunk. 5'10", it's hard to get all the way up there. Wallace, long, Crothers underneath Hussery. Again, another feed by Crothers. He's very impressive. Oh.
He is notorious for getting all the way to the hole and giving it up at the last second or plays like that. So
he's a very unselfish player. And like I said before, if he needs the score, you can put the ball in his hand. And he'll find a way to get the ball in the bucket.
He's been quite content to take a back seat today, and I'd say as the games heat up, he'll take an even bigger role on the offensive side.
He'll assert himself more scoring when he needs to.
Chris Sledge has been, I know, playing and active in a lot of AAU with this junior and sophomore bunch, and he says they're good. They're a good bunch. I'm very impressed. There's some things you can't coach about them, speed and quickness and some stuff, but you can certainly play to those strengths, and they have definitely done that.
And you're right. Chris does an excellent job with them in the AAU program.
That's fast. Those hands are just everywhere. Another ball knocked out of bounds. Just quick hands, staying active.
Again, wholesale substitutions.
And it just doesn't get a whole lot easier. These guys want to come in and prove Coach Vaughn.
Sure, they want more playing time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, underneath to Nathan Martin, who's in the game. Can't get a goal. There's Grantham down the court, and a nice layup. That's good control.
He's very physical. Is he a football player?
He's quarterback.
Yeah.
Foul on Nathan Martin, his first, team fifth. Grantham will shoot one. Try to complete the old three-pointer. Short.
They played better football
Skylar
this year,
Moore.
didn't they, Terry?
They did. They played better football. They had a good defensive team.
Right.
There's a long three-pointer from the
Good
corner
shot.
by Josh Whitehead. His first three of the game. Kennett's staying in their offense. Nice follow by Jawan Wallace. That's 4 for him.
That guy's long. Coach Vaughn's going to have to find him some playing time. That guy can get some rebounds.
I agree. He's got a good basketball body. Artez Williams coming in the game, placing Jack Walls. Zach Hoffmeister's in the game for Puxico, a 5'10 junior. John Smith trying to get something, trying to generate something, and he just has to work so hard every time down the court.
There's only so many times you can beat 2 and 3 defenders, and it's not a specialty or a junk defense. They just help and recover and chase, and it's a good approach if you're quick enough to do it.
If you're quick enough to do that, you can do it. You have to be quick.
We can overplay. We can get in the lanes, and
yeah, you can get out of position and still recover to where you're not giving up an easy layup.
Right.
Whedon with a nice little turnaround underneath.
Nice little baby hook. That's a good-looking play.
Trayvon Whedon, a 6-foot junior, 6-foot junior, getting his first 2 points. John Smith again. Foul on 1-on-1, foul on Shavers, I believe. Yes. That'll be his 3rd foul. Team's 9th. John Smith go back to the line for a 1-on-1.
Shavers kind of got a little tangled up and tried to get away, but couldn't get off of him. So Smith has them all this quarter.
He has them all this quarter. I think he now has 16 for the game. And that's a very hard 16 that he has. There's 3 from the corner, won't go. Smith with the ball. Another steal by Kennett. I like this. Less than a minute to go in the game. Kennett's up by 42 points, and they're still running their offense.
Good
play. Feed underneath.
That's a good basketball play.
That's a good basketball player.
1-point game or a 40-point game. That's good stuff.
Willer for 3, can't get it to go. Rebound to Shavers. Kennett probably just pull it up.
Whoa.
No. Nice feed underneath. Jawan Wallace has 6 points in this game. Smith short. 7 seconds left. Kennett just walk it down the court. You don't say that very often, but Kennett will walk it down the court.
Very, very impressed. Just as good in the second half as it started.
Sure was. And the final score is Kennett 83, Puxico 37. We'll be back in just a few minutes with the wrap-up.
Hello, I'm State Representative Terry Swinger. Parents are our children's first teachers. That's why I support the Parents as Teachers program. Parents as Teachers provide parents with information on child development through personal home visits, group meetings, developmental screenings, and a resource network. The program is free of charge for all families. For more information, contact your local school district.
I chose Three Rivers Community College because it's a great place to start.
I'm taking the same freshman and sophomore classes as at a university, but at TRCC they cost a lot less and financial aid goes further. I love the individual attention. My teachers are great and classes are convenient. Learn more at www.trcc.edu or call 877-TRY-TRCC.
Start here, start now at Three Rivers Community College.
Learn more online at trcc.edu.
So you're wondering what's the better deal, cable or the dish? Well, let's see how they size up. The dish has no local office, no ability to provide their own high-speed internet or phone for bundled savings, and can require a 2-year contract with hefty early termination fees. Cable, on the other hand, has local offices, its own high-speed internet, and phone services with a lot of great features. New Wave Communications, there really is no better choice.
Okay, we're back here at Bloomfield where the Kennett Indians have just defeated the Puxico Indians 83-37. Kennett was dominant during the whole game. What's your impressions of the Kennett Indians today, Lloyd?
If they're a third seed, the top three in this tournament are really good. That's a good basketball team that just played. I was impressed how well they played to their strength. They're quick, and it's a lot of balls getting poked away, hands involved, really handsy without fouling. You kind of mentioned that early, and that's their MO. They're going to call. They're as quick on the defensive end as they are on the offensive end, and not sloppy at all when they get it on that end.
Yeah, I thought they controlled themselves on the offensive end very well. Of course, they're one of those teams like Portageville, like Bernie, that they score a lot of points off their defense. A lot of their offense is predicated off the defense. But when they needed to just control the ball with Puxico back in the zone, they just ran their sets and picked their spots and were able to score pretty well. I was impressed with Kennett today. The scoring we have for the Puxico Indians, John Smith had 19 very hard points. 15 of those were in the second half. The whole team only scored 22, but he had 15 of the 22 in the second half. Corey Davis had 6 points, all of those in the first quarter. He got into foul trouble early in the second quarter. 3 points on a three-pointer from Josh Whitehead, 2 points each from Nathan Martin, Derek Doral, and Skylar Moore, and 1 point from Rory Moore for their 37 points.
John really did have to gut it out, especially in that second half when the legs are a little bit gone. It was a gutsy,
very gutsy performance by John. Like we said, he's the guy that's back on this team that has played, really has the only one that has any appreciable playing time, and it was a chore for him every time Puxico had the ball. He had to bring the ball up against the press. He had to break the press. Then he had to score, and he was also drawing the big defensive assignment. It was a very gutsy performance by John Smith. Kennett had 10 people score in the game. They played all 12. They had 10 people that scored. Four players in double figures. Fred Garman led with 13. Randrick Crothers 10. Adam Grantham 10, Jimmy Gooden 10, 9 from Dwight Usry, 8 from Jack Walls, 8 Cameron Wallace, 6 by Jawan Wallace in the second half, and he looked very good as the sophomore coming up off the JV and playing to get some time in the second half, and 3 points from Jay Shavers on a three-pointer. Shavers only scored 3, but he had a very good game, mostly as a disruptive force for the other team. But we'll wrap it up here. Stay tuned. Keep wherever you're watching this, whether you're watching it on the internet or if you're watching it on Channel 1 on New Wave Television. Keep watching. We got Malden versus Richmond coming up in about 10 minutes. Thank you for watching the Bloomfield Terminal on YHC TV.